Recorded Books presents Beast by Jade Linwood. Narrated by Liz Pierce. To Dave, best of husbands always. The Lost Prince. The story begins, as so many do, with a man on a horse in a forest. Jean-Marc Charming Arundel, frequently though not exclusively known as Prince Charming, glares into the gathering darkness and drags a hand through his tangled hair. Though the moon is up and full, only fragments of light manage to pierce the thick cover, teasing the eye with moving glimmers, but providing little actual visibility. "Forests," he mutters. "Poets are always going on about forests. How green, how pretty, how romantic. What they are is dark, inconvenient, and full of brambles, and branches that knock your hat off. I liked that hat." The horse huffs. "Stop complaining. It's not my fault we're lost. That was a perfectly good path, until it wasn't." The horse shakes its head and huffs again. "You know what?" Charming said. "I almost miss Roland. At least he usually knew where we were, although you aren't as annoying, and you smell better." As though to disprove this, the horse whickered and shifted and suddenly and noisily emptied its bowels. Charming sighed. "Still not as bad as Roland. Come on, get a move on. Let's see if we can find somewhere to—" A howl cut through the night, a cold and primal shriek. Charming barely had time to swear before the horse's entire body hunched under him, and it bolted. Charming was an excellent horseman, but even he was hard put to cling on, almost flat to the horse's withers, as branches whipped his sides and snatched at his hair. Finally, the hard-breathing beast began to slow, and Charming let out a breath, started to sit up. The horse skidded on a muddy slope, reared again in a panic, and Charming hit the ground. The horse twisted, tore the reins from his hands, and skittered off into the darkness. "Oh, wonderful," Charming said. He got to his feet and stood very still, listening. Shufflings and creaks and cracks, which might have been the horse, wretched, ungrateful beast that it was, or might have been something else, such as a very large wolf, and all its friends, or any of a number of unpleasant creatures wandering the woods in the middle of the night, and just in the mood for snacking on a tasty, royal morsel such as himself. He rubbed his sore hands together, brushed at the seat of his breeches, grimacing at the feel of mud, and considered. Well, he was surrounded by trees. That was something. He scouted about until he found one with branches low enough for him to reach, and scrambled up to a crook that he could probably contrive not to fall out of for a few hours. He took off the harness that held his sword across his back, looped it around a couple of branches, and stuck his arm through it, wedged his bruised backside against the trunk, and braced his feet. It wasn't exactly safe, and it certainly wasn't comfortable, but it would have to do. He stared up at the moon, bright and
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.